A good lunge starts with a good foundation. We want to start with our legs roughly about shoulder width wide and roughly about 1.5 shoulder widths in length. The key points we want to really pay attention to is making sure that the heel of the back foot is directly over the toes, not in any funny angles or twisting around as we're doing our lunges. And the front foot is always flat on the floor. The heel doesn't lift slightly or dance around or twist or do anything like that. Both feet totally taking root. We start off hands behind the back, body is totally upright with the split squat or stationary lunge, which is, as you see here, it's just straight up, straight down. There's no leaning forward, there's no twisting. The point of lunges is ultimately not just to work the legs, but you're ultimately kind of just stabilizing your upper body. So your upper body is basically your weight and the legs are carrying you. So what you do with your weight, kind of like with regular weightlifting, is really going to determine the effectiveness of the exercise as a whole. So keeping the core tight, the entire legs completely contracted. It's not just the quads, not just the glutes. You want to make a goal of keeping the hamstrings, the calves, the quads, the entire leg is completely contracted with this. With these, you'll have your weight roughly 50-50 between both legs, and you're not going to have any sort of twisting or moving around from side to side like this. Ideally, you have everything moving right along that sagittal plane, running front to back, and moving in a very smooth and controlled motion, with the knee just lightly kissing the floor or stopping about an inch right above it. Put a slight pause at the bottom, that's where you're going to have most of your tension, so you can let the muscle just fill up with as much muscle building tension as possible before standing back up. From there, we progress onto the forward step lunge. This is going to make things a little bit more tricky, simply because now you're having to deal with more of the momentum of your upper body being carried forward. You don't want to feel like you're falling into this one. You want to be stepping with strength and control, not letting the heel dance or falling forward with the upper body, kind of like you're lunging with fencing or anything like that. Also, on the way back, you also don't want your upper body to be reaching backwards as well. It is really all about keeping your upper body as stone locked and still as humanly possible so that the legs are forced to do all of the work. Once again, keeping things smooth, kissing the ground with the knee, and not moving with any sort of very quick, violent motions. Very smooth motions create more tension on the muscle, and tension is ultimately what's going to build your muscle and strength. We progress on to the backward lunge. The backward lunge is very valuable because now you're using your glutes and your hamstrings right in the back of the leg there to pull yourself forward. I see a lot of times where people will effectively push off with their back foot in an attempt to bring themselves forward, or they'll do that in a combination with scooping their upper body forward as well in an attempt to build momentum. Ideally, you have the back of your legs doing the work to pull the leg underneath you rather than trying to use momentum to pull yourself forward. So it's all about the back of the leg. Quads, calves as well are assisting on this. This will greatly improve a lot of your sports performance as well. If you're hiking or biking, sometimes dragging the back foot behind is a good way to ensure that that back foot isn't doing any sort of extra pushing. We move on to the walking lunge. This is what I call the stopping walking lunge, where you step up, stop, and then you move forward. So we're basically combining the two exercises back to back of the forward lunge and the backward lunge. Prisoner lunges, not pulling your head downwards, but the hands are behind your head. So you're going to have a little bit of tension in your upper back. This puts a little bit more weight higher when you're doing lunges and causes a little bit more of a challenge for the lower body to create that control of the upper body. So the balance, the twisting, the momentum, all these sorts of things are controlled to a higher degree. Then we move on to just the standard walking lunge, where you're not stopping to catch your balance in between. Now it's just simply letting one foot pass the other. You can go at angles, as I'm kind of demonstrating here. And then, of course, you have the prisoner style regular walking lunge here. Both of these will do wonders for your leg strength when done for long distances. I'm just doing a short distance here so you can see here in front of the camera. But lunging like the length of a football field or 3 times up and down a gymnasium will have your legs burning and deliciously sore the next morning. So Basically, once again, the walking lunge, notice I'm not twisting, the elbows are not carrying forward, tension all up and down the backside of the entire back. Now, if you want to bring more tension to a lunge, you have what is called a leaning lunge, where basically you come down to the lunge and you lean as much weight onto your front foot as possible. The heel is still down. Sorry for the little Jurassic Park style motion there on the camera. But the whole idea of like, don't let your knee come too far forward and everything like that, it's a complete myth. It's perfectly fine to let your knee come forward more. It's actually going to make your quad work harder. It's keeping the heel down. That's the thing you want to keep in mind. So keep that heel down. This is going to increase the range of motion at both your ankle, your knee, and your hips. So every muscle in your entire lower body is going to work harder with the leaning lunge. It's kind of almost really a single leg squat to a certain degree, as I'll be demonstrating here in a moment. So it's down, get your balance, and then lean as much weight onto the entire front foot as possible, not just the toes. Weights, lunges are one of the more common loaded calisthenics in the Triad Muscle Revolution program. You can do any of the exercises here with weights. If you want to do prisoner lunges with weights, you just simply hold the weights over your head. Key points, of course, with all loaded calisthenics is the weight should not change your technique. With this, you may have one hand in front of the back leg. I find it's just more comfortable, especially when you're working with heavier dumbbells. But ideally, again, with the upper body, there's no scooping, there's no slipping, there's no twisting. The back foot isn't doing a lot of the work. It's not pushing you off, all those sorts of things. So whatever you can carry over from the non-weighted lunges, you want to have over into the weighted lunges and basically make them carbon copies as far as how they look, how they feel. The only thing that should be changing is the intensity that the muscles are working with. It shouldn't feel like certain muscles are working more and some of them are working less. When doing lunges, particularly with hand weights like kettlebells or dumbbells, be aware that they are going to try and make you swing and sway a little bit. So it might behoove you to keep your arms tense, your shoulders as well. So just to close off real quick, once again, we have the squat and then we have the lunge. Pay attention, the front leg of the lunge is very much in the same position of the squat. So the benefits of squatting really can be found here in lunges. So give it a try. Let me know if you have questions. reddeltaproject@gmail.com. Till then, be fit and live free.